We are all very aware that the 2023 Honda XR150L is an absolutely phenomenal bike. It's an absolute blast to ride, right? I think we all can agree on that. But what I'm going to share with you today is a few mods, some minor mods that I did that is nothing that's going to break the bank because we're buying a cheap bike, so we don't want to do any excessive mods, right? So I did a few mods in this that are really going to make your experience that much better. And again, just kind of round out the bike a bit more. And the great thing is every single mod I've purchased for this bike, well, minus one that hasn't come in yet, can be purchased on Amazon. So again, you get them quickly, you get them cheaply. If they don't work out, you can send them back with no hassle. All the links will be right down in the description. Now, the first mod I want to start with are these foot pegs here. I want to show you what it came with. It came with these, and then of course these little rubbers on top of this. Now, a free upgrade right out of the gate is take these off. There's one bolt on the bottom. Why you want to take these off is more than likely you plan on taking this off-road a little bit. If you get any water, any mud, or whatever on your boots or your shoes, this is going to become very slippery. Trust you me, and take these off instantly. So then you're left with this little guy here, which it's nice because it's mild, it's small, it's out of the way. But again, when you look at that right there, look at that boot coverage and that foot coverage you have. Now, I tried a few different one of these and they wouldn't fit. Underneath here is a little bit long, so it kind of left them hanging up like this way. And I don't like the ones that you got to screw onto the back bracket because that'll just come loose over time. So a little bit of searching around and I found these. They don't break the bank. They come in multiple different colors if you want. And again, you got so much boot coverage here. Highly recommend these instantly. Game changing on this bike. Now, coming over to the other side of the bike, right in line with the foot pegs, I want to bring you right down here to this kickstand foot. I forget what they call it here, but all it is this plastic thing. It expands your foot to make it that much bigger. We all know the kickstand's real tiny here, so if you're off-road on some sand or mud, that's just going to instantly sink into the ground and your bike's going to fall over. So if you get something like this, bam, plop it down. Again, it's going to cover so much more ground and your bike's going to be able to stand up on just about anything, whether it be soft sand or even muddy terrain. This is an awesome thing to have just to toss in a bag. And I want to talk about my bags. As you see, I got the side bags, I got the rear bag, and then this little bag right here. Let's talk about this little one since it's right on top. What this is a little fuel bag. And you can see it straps right into there. Bam, we'll slide that out and I have a little fuel can. This is just something nice, peace of mind. I love going on exploration rides and just driving all the way around and not having to worry about gas. This is enough. If I run out of fuel, bam, I can throw it in there. And again, it's just a good peace of mind to have that little bit extra, and it doesn't take up much space at all. Now let's go and take a better look at the side bags and the rear bag. Now both side bags are the same. And again, talking about being nice and secure, I love them. They go right down there, they strap in, they come back here, they strap onto the rack since we already have it on this bike, and then it comes over the seat. And again, they're in there solid. Really nice. You got this little pocket down there. I keep my paperwork, you can put whatever else you want in there. And then coming up to these pockets here, you got plenty of space for like a big water bottle or whatever you need in there. You know, it's really nice. Now, they are not waterproof, but they're very water resistant. I came out here and pressure washed my bike and everything. As you see, the zippers really close up good right there, and no water got into there. So, but again, if they're soaking out there, I think you're gonna get a little bit wet. But again, as far as what I've used them for, even pressure washing them, really nice. And again, once you get everything in there, you can take these, bam, bring them over and strap them up, or of course put something else in there and strap it in there as well. So plenty of room, but not bulky. You don't want anything massive and bulky on a small bike. The cool thing is the combo I bought the side bags and this together, and it came with this rear bag, which is waterproof, which is really nice. Comes out there, you can see, you roll it up as tight as you want with how much stuff you got, clip it like that, bam, and you can expand it back here. Also straps right to the rack, and this is all waterproof. So if you got an extra pair of clothes or jacket or whatever, really nice right there. And the combo, it looks great on the bike. It's all very secure, and you have plenty of space, and it's not cumbersome. Now, as we go to the front of the bike here, you're also gonna see I have the Tusk tank bag. This is the smaller one, because again, we don't want anything massive on this bike, but really nice. You got this pocket up front right here. It can unzip over, and then you got all these nice pockets inside, like this one up there, or that one up front over here, and you got this little divider in there with another pocket. You got a waterproof rain pouch in there with another pocket in here, and all these cool little straps. So if you're like using a GoPro, you can just put a battery in there or something. It's just laid out really nice, and it is not budging at all. Now, as far as getting gas, yes, you're gonna have to either undo these clips or those clips. What I found out doing is just undoing one clip, fling it to the side, and you're good to go. Now, one other thing I want to show you in this tank bag, which is really cool here, I want to show you this little deal. It's one of these little solar power banks. Let you know your charge right there. Popping it open, USB-C and USB-A and micro. You got QI, but none of us are gonna be using that. You really wanna have just all of your ports. Then you got a flashlight if you need it. But the good thing is it's sitting inside your bag here, always catching sunlight, so you always have that battery backup if you need it. Now let's go and take a look at the front of the bike here. And as you're looking at it, you're gonna see quite a few mods. And these are some of my favorite on this bike. Just so you know, I'm right at 6 feet and 180 pounds. Currently 180 pounds. As I'm out here sweating my tail off, might drop a couple pounds, right? But anyways, the stock bars is the first thing I wanna talk on. I did remove them. They weren't bad, they weren't deal breaking by any means, but they were low, and it just made me feel like I was on a smaller bike. I was kind of like this, you know, it just felt weird to me. So I put Pro Taper CR High Bend, which I've used these on my 300Ls, my DRs. I've used them on multiple bikes. They are phenomenal bars. I also put the bar risers on it. It's not crazy high. It's at a comfortable position. So I think if you're around 6 feet, definitely if you're more, this is something you're really gonna want. Plus they're more rigid and more durable, and it just feels so much more planted and nice when you're off-road. Now when you stand on it, it's perfect right there. You're not slouched forward too much or anything. You still got that little lean forward, which you want off-road, but again, it just feels so much more natural with those bar risers and these bars. Now right in line with the replacement bars are hand guards. These are almost as important as the foot pegs we've talked about. If you're doing any sort of off-road and just adventuring, hand guards are a must, right? Branches whacking you if you're in a group ride, rocks coming up hitting your hands, protecting your shifter and your brake lever right there. They're cheap, they're incredibly useful, and they will fit the stock bars. If you don't replace your bars, these will still fit. You just got to shave down the end on the throttle side because there's a plastic covering right there. There's no weights in it or anything. Bam, they're just gonna go in. It's just on the throttle side, you're gonna have to shave that bit of plastic off to get that screw in there to lock it in. And then if you get replacement bars, same thing. But again, hand guards are a must. Now sticking in line with the bars, we're gonna talk about the grips. We have the Pro Taper pillow top grips here. Very, very nice and grippy and still very soft. So if any of the vibrations affecting you, which I don't really feel on this bike, but this will definitely reduce some of that for you. But what I like is how absolutely grippy they are. They will also fit the stock bars or the replacement bars if you have them right there. Really love them. And they come in different colors. So if you don't want the black and red, you can get solid black or gray or whatever you want. Multiple colors, and this is something that is just game changing. The next mod we're going to talk about are these mirrors here. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen these mirrors on just about every single one of my bikes, even to my Africa Twin. I have these exact same mirrors on my Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro. I love them. They're easily adjustable. You can just twist them up, move them around, and they go right back into position. They only have one bolt, and you can actually pop this off, and right down here, it's a 10 millimeter. So you just get one of those little screwdriver head that fits a 10 millimeter socket there, adjust them, and you're good to go. Very easy to adjust. They don't vibrate. And again, if they get loose, spin them around, adjust them, bam, and you're good to go. Absolutely swear by these mirrors. And the last we have on our bars is our phone mount here. Now, I'm sure if you watch any type of motorcycle content, you've seen quad lock left and right? It's because it's sponsored so much. I'm gonna make a video on that coming soon. Unsponsored, by the way. But this is my phone mount here. I love this. Again, I used the same one on my Triumph, used it on my Africa Twin, used it on multiple bikes. The biggest thing that you hear about is vibration in your phone, right? And hence the quad lock with their bouncy deal or whatever, you know. So when you look at something like this attached to your bars, see all that rubber you have right there? And then in each foot, each placement of this phone mount, you got more rubber. So you got the anti-vibration in your phone, you got it on the mount itself, and then down here onto the bracket. And again, it locks in there really great. You don't got to worry about the little quad deal, like am I getting it on right or yada, 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 is it going to fall off? It's locked in there very tight. Again, you can move it around however you want, sideways if you want. Absolutely love these. And again, they're cheap. Now, the one mod I talked about in the beginning that I've ordered, but it hasn't come in yet, which you've probably noticed, is the skid plate. I ordered that B&B one that comes from Australia or something like that because I wanted a nice, rugged metal one. I didn't want that cheap Honda plastic one, which could probably get you by, but I mean, it's $100. Like, the thing should be like 30 bucks, you know what I mean? So again, I got that metal one, but it is taking a while to get shipped in here. So I can't really speak on it, but it's the only one I can really find. But this bike needs a skid plate for sure. It is so incredibly hot out here. I'm just filming a video about mods and I'm dripping. But anyways, looking over my bike right here, checking out these mods, I don't really feel like anything's excessive or unneeded here for, again, my ride style. I want you to think about like your height. Will you need the bar risers? Maybe not, maybe just get bars. Are you a little shorter? Maybe you don't need any of that. But again, it's nice to have that little rigidity in case it falls down. You know, you got something a little bit more beefy on there. But I really feel like pretty much every mod on here is, I don't want to say needed because that's a little rough, right? But something that you're really going to benefit from, right? Especially to the bag. So you can carry your water, your drinks, which I could use right now, you know, spare pair of clothes, which I can also use right now. You know, the foot pegs, to the mirrors, to the grips. So many little mods here that are fairly cheap, that won't break the bank, that again are going to transform this bike into just an even better experience than it already is. And again, every single mod we talked about here can be ordered quick and easy right off Amazon with those links right down in the description. Now I got one question for you guys before we end this video, which is a mod I've been looking for, and that is new tires for this bike. Again, I stated before, I love these tires. These tires are plenty fine on this bike, but I would like something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more meaty. But I am having a hard time finding tires. Like, can we fit 110s or 120s on this bike? So if you got any tire recommendations or something a little bit more aggressive, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm really itching for some. But again, thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. I hope it was able to help you out. If it was, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you on the next adventure. Bye now.